the biggest part about this annual shareholder meeting is they are either going to give Elon Musk control of the company forever and a sweet pay package, or they are not. And if they don't, I think Tesla, like if Elon doesn't have control, he's already said, I'm not going to build a robot army unless I have enough control. If it passes, I could
Shoot.
see Tesla skyrocketing because everyone's going to be pumped and know Elon's in. If it doesn't pass and he doesn't have control, I could see it just getting destroyed. So I think it's a great straddle bait.
Two brothers, one goal, $1 million. This is Road to 1 million. Let's report.
Nice. While Kate's checking out his smile, we're going to get started. We had a crazy week, not just in investing, but in our personal life. So we apologize for the episode not releasing on Friday. We did have a short, though, so I did something. But we're excited to be back, give you an update, and get going. We're getting questions, Cade. People are wondering what we're doing, how we're making money. It's great.
So here's the good news, everybody. I hope that. So Mac was kind of saying in our last episode, we were trying to figure out like where people should get in, what should. So then we just did a general, hey, these are all the things we're looking at. And literally the day after the episode, everything crashed. So hopefully you guys, like we said, if there's something you believe in and it just costs less, don't get out, get in more. As long as nothing's changed. And the whole market, was it Wednesday or Thursday? One of those 2 days was down heavy. And it was just a better buying opportunity for, everything that we talked about. So hopefully those of you who are new, those of you who just started watching, you got some ideas from us. You had some of your own ideas and you just got a bunch of those companies for cheaper prices. Cause then what happened the next day and the following day and Monday, everything just went right back up to where it was. And you just got in at a better price. So
Yep. And I think me and Kate a little later in the episode we'll go over how, because we got a question from one of our subscribers about just our process of due diligence and how we find companies, how we go in, how we start to believe in them. So we'll just give a few examples. I know Kate has some stuff. But first, let's just dip into the old portfolio update. And like I said, I've been really bad at tracking all my trades, so I apologize. Let's just go over everything because, last week was crazy. My wife had our second child, so that's one of the reasons that we were out of commission, and so I wanted
congratulations.
yeah, I wanted to stay married, so I forewent the Friday episode because we were still in the hospital. I was telling Kate, I was like, dude, I just put my AirPods in and we'll film. He's like, no. That was a good big brother moment from him. Said, be with
We
your
almost
wife.
made it happen, but yeah.
But yeah, here's the portfolio update. So I think last time we filmed, I was just shy of 30. This actually has gotten to 32,000 when everything shot up. It's not maybe it was just shy of 32,000. So I did weekly calls on AMDL. I actually did 2 weeks, and ironically, if I would have waited till today, I would have been up even. I would have been up like so I made like $2,000 on that, and then what I did is the watch list that me and Kate had, I just went in to all of those because it dipped. So I got more SoFi. I got APLD calls when it dipped. I did NVTS, which hasn't recovered yet, which is fine. I did a QUBT call that I doubled down, and I don't know if Kate knows that. I think I might have told you.
Yeah,
It's
you
been a
told
while.
me.
And so you can see I kind of doubled down on the NVTS, and then I went into QUBT because it dipped. And so that's what me and Kate were saying. Like, nothing really changed in those companies. Well, actually, I need to talk about QUBT later in the quantum space because I have an update with that. But nothing really changed overall with these companies. It was just a market crash. So it's just a better price to get in, which is why I kind of went into all of these. So that's kind of what happened. So just so you know, my current trades, I have TAC, which is the Canadian energy company. I have NVTS, which I love. SoFi, I think NVTS and SoFi are my two biggest positions right now, or maybe Tesla, TSL. I don't know how much I have in that. I can double check. Oh, I actually have to look up Tesla. I'll check it later. And then LAC was the Lithium American Corp, and QBT APLD. I think that's it. So, and I don't know if you have any of these positions, right, Kate? I think you just have SoFi and MBTS right now, right?
I have basically all of them. Just
Oh, did you do APLD too?
no, I didn't do APLD. But I don't have LAC. Those are the
Gotcha.
two I don't.
Oh yeah, so you have
Um,
Tesla and BTS. You have QUBT too.
Oh, I guess I don't have QET. No.
Okay, so Kate has like 3 of these.
Yeah. No, all I have, you're right. All I have is, or I have 4 of them because I have SoFi, MBTS, Tesla, and
Okay, yep, you have TAC too. So that's the portfolio update. Like I said, we don't want to go crazy right now until we find our big trade. I think I might have a decent trade I want to get into. I'm not going all in yet. But maybe that's a good transition, Cade. Have you heard anything about the quantum space?
No.
So it looks like the government is going to start backing quantum companies. And
Why?
I don't know. I just saw a headline. They
Okay.
value the direction they're going, and I think they want to have a holding in it kind of thing, and think it's gonna be good. And usually, I was watching a video, and maybe this is good for due diligence people, because
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's where we jump in right now because you're talking about kind of what happens.
yeah. So we've been the QEBT. It's been more speculative trading, right? Because I don't think QEBT is even in full commission yet. I think it's like an Oklo thing, where they're still in like the R&D stage and still working. I have to double check. So this is where I will start my due diligence. So I have a stock that I'm interested in. I see information like the U.S. government wants to back quantum computing. And so I look at all the companies in the sectors. I see who's doing the best, who's doing what. And that's where my research begins. And then I go into the one that I like the most based on the price, based on the direction I think it's heading. And so I was just watching a guy, and he said a good stocks to look at right now is anything AI based or backed by the government or both. And so I was like, that's really true. You see huge spikes in rare earth companies. Like, that's one of the reasons I'm in LAC, is because I think there's going to do a deal with the government here, because Trump had announced that they're going to back them. And so stuff like that, usually, because that's where good funding comes from. That's a good spike for the company. And so that's why I need to go into more QUBT, see if this is like how all in I'm going to be, if that makes sense. Like, what percentage of money am I going to put in that based on that information I have? When is that going to happen? What's the timing? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm figuring out, okay, is QUBT the best company? Because there's QBTS and there's, RGTI, and there's other quantum companies. So now I got to figure out which one's the best with this news. And that's kind of what me and Cade do.
Yeah. So I think we're getting to the stage where like part of the reason we've created this podcast is to give out information. So I don't think it matters where you get the information. Chris, who we mention almost in every episode at this point, he has made several trades based on what his middle school daughters are saying is popular at middle school and whatever. So it doesn't really matter where you get the information. Max saw a headline that the government was going to back these companies, and then he started to do research. And so you can look stuff up. You can look up, their company financials. What's their growth like? Are they in debt? Is it looking better? Is it looking worse? Do you see a turnaround? So that's kind of, I've gotten a lot of my information, just to be upfront and honest. My Palantir trade that I don't even know what I did on that trade. That came from a YouTube video where a guy goes, "Hey, they're about to turn profitable, and when they do, that'll change their entire thing." So then I went and looked up the company, looked up their growth rates, looked up what they were doing. So you can get your information from anywhere, and then you can decide whether you believe in it or not, right? Like you do, but you do have to do the research. I wouldn't blindly follow us, right? Like you may hear that we're doing a big Tesla trade on robotics, and you may go, you know what? I don't think robotics are going to be a thing at all. I don't think they have the timeline. I don't think and then you don't do the trade, right? But get your ideas from from everywhere, right? Like I keep ever since, I read the book and looked at it, like a company that I'm kind of interested in. Mac doesn't even know this is Allo. Have you heard of Allo, Mac? ALO. So they're a Lulu and Viore competitor. And I just saw a bunch of stuff in New York when I was there. So, anyways, and it's just because I'm all of a sudden I see a ton of people wearing it. And I feel like a good trade, Lulu would have been a good trade like that just because you see people wearing it. And then you look up the financials, see growth rates, see everything that's going on. Another one that I feel like I missed, but is On shoes, right? I feel like everyone, I'd never heard of them. And then you see hundreds of people wearing them. It's like, wait, who sells those? And so really get your information from wherever. And then the due diligence Mac is talking about is then actually look up the company, look at what they're doing, look at competitors. And I feel like that's fairly straightforward. So SoFi just announced earnings this morning, and they grew amazing and things are going well. And so that's why we're continuing to believe in them. And then, dude, a trade that I'm thinking about, I haven't decided which way I'm going to do. So Tesla, which we both believe in, has their annual shareholder meeting on November 7th,
Right.
which is why I did my call options on November 14th.
Right.
Which actually have gone against me because the decay's been so big. I think Tesla's price is actually up,
Right.
but it's decayed so much. And so actually I sold out of a couple of them yesterday because I basically broken even, and I'm just holding a very, very small position on the 14th. But my ones that I did for 6 months are up and doing well. So pumped about that. But anyways, I'm thinking about doing a straddle because here's the thesis. So the biggest part about this annual shareholder meeting is they are either going to give Elon Musk control of the company forever and a sweet pay package, or they are not. And if they don't, I think Tesla, like if Elon doesn't have control, he's already said, I'm not going to build a robot army unless I have enough control. He said that on the earnings call a couple days ago. So if it passes, I could see Tesla skyrocketing because everyone's going to be pumped and know Elon's in. If it doesn't pass and he doesn't have control, I could see it just getting destroyed. So I think it's a great straddle date.
My gosh.
Kind of a cool thesis.
Dude, well, without Elon, I don't believe in Tesla.
That's exactly. Nobody does.
Well, I have a lot in Tesla, not just a straddle thing. Like, what are we going to do with our shares?
Well, I would be shocked if it doesn't get approved. But if it doesn't get approved, I'm probably going to sell my Tesla. It's probably time to dump it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get, unless there's like a radical, but no matter what happens, if it doesn't get approved, there'll be a freak out moment. There will be an exodus out of the stock, 100%.
Oh boy. Now you're making me nervous. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a good straddle.
And how you know that it's a big deal is because Tesla does not pay for marketing. They don't do commercials. They don't do anything. Me and my wife are into Survivor. There has been a please vote to approve everything in the Tesla upcoming annual shareholder meeting every day for the last month. They're really push. And I actually, on my shares, I went in and voted. I approve Tesla. In case you see this and want to throw me a car or something, I approve.
Dude, I might buy Tesla just so I can vote.
Oh, it's too late. You had to own the shares by October 15th, September 15th. It was the 15th. So you can't vote anymore unless you own the shares.
I don't think I've ever owned Tesla straight up in my years of Tesla.
So do you want to know the interesting thing? Do you want to know the only reason that they're worried about it?
Why?
Is because if you own Tesla I didn't know about this, but this is what Elon Musk was saying over the call. And so I'm just learning about this. But if you own Tesla through an ETF, or if you don't vote on your shares, there's a proxy that just votes for you. And it may not be your opinion. It may not be what you want. And there's been several things with companies where it's gone against, and it's because the impact of the ETF vote and the just broader vote isn't the opinion of what people actually want, and don't vote the way that you would. And so they're like, please vote your shares.
Well, this is crazy. I agree, though. I think because there's certain conditions that need to be met for Elon to get the massive pay package. I believe.
Huge.
Like
Yeah,
he
they're
needs
all
to, like,
based on
increase revenue by like
performance.
10x, stuff like that, right?
And everyone that he's gotten so far, it's all been performance. I mean, he's earned it. But his biggest thing, I mean, I think he's still the richest man in the world, is control. He doesn't want to build a robot army, and that's exactly what he said. I don't want to build millions of robots and then not have control of what happens with them. I think that's too much of a risk to humanity.
I think he's
So
gonna
anyways,
freak people out about the robots he's building now.
that's the trade. That's the thesis.
Holy crap!
So,
Yeah, that's
a Tesla
that's pretty wild.
straddle around the annual shareholder meeting.
Boy, yeah. So literally, what I'm gonna do is now I'm just gonna be looking at Tesla all day. This is where the research comes in. Cade, I got my info from Cade, and now I'm gonna be looking into how I feel about the position.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
wonder if you can look up what way people are leaning and stuff with the annual, if there's any data before it actually comes out. That would be interesting, but probably not.
That would be crazy. Oh my gosh. You're making me so nervous that I own Tesla shares right now. Oh man, I'm just only imagining the world where it doesn't get approved. I'm like, that's gonna just suck for Tesla. There's gonna be another what's gonna happen is if Elon
Well,
doesn't
he's
get
going to make another
control,
company and have
another
it be
company will
private.
do it, and then Tesla's screwed because they're ahead right now because they have the infrastructure, they have the capital, they have a source of revenue to fund it. All these private companies are needing to secure funding right now because they don't have cars, they don't have, the electricity component, they don't have that Tesla does, right? So as far as that standpoint, they are ahead. They just need to develop it the quickest now and manufacture it, which they already have, right? They already have factories and can manufacture them. So they're really shooting themselves in the foot if they don't approve Elon's thing. Boy, this is
I think it has to get approved, but
dude. This is it. This is going to be our second huge trade.
if it didn't, because even if it didn't, as far as like my shares and long term, I hate it, but it might even be bigger than the AMD. I mean, if they don't get approved and we're heavily straddled, we would make stupid money.
Okay, so what are your initial thoughts on your straddle? Just give me a dollar amount.
I haven't. I was actually just thinking about it because
Like 2,000 each.
2,000 each way.
And are you doing it week? A month?
Feels like maybe 2 weeks.
Feels like I feel
I like 2-weekers because the decay is half, but it's aggressive enough that if it goes the way you think it will, you make big money. Because here's the thing. If it actually doesn't get approved, I mean, would it lose 30% in a day? I mean, serious, it's not going to take that long.
So are you going to straddle Tesla straight up or TSLL?
Probably TSL because they're so much cheaper. And if it
the
moves that
open
much,
honestly, the TSL open interest is still pretty high. Like you don't have the same problem with AMD.
and if it moves that much, we won't have any problems because it'll move so much. It'll be, the value won't matter.
Crazy, dude. Oh my gosh. That's
So
the next trade. I totally
I
forgot.
wonder though.
Oh, go ahead.
I wonder if we only do 1,000 each. Because there is a world where it gets approved, and that's what everyone thought, and then it doesn't go up or down.
Tesla by nature though is a pretty volatile. I would be shocked. I'd be shocked.
I
if
would
it
too.
was
That's why we
additive.
got to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That would be the least probable thing I think would happen. I think in a world where he gets approved, it goes down still more than stays flat. Actually, just based on like crazy things. You know what I mean?
the straddles on. Anyways,
Straddles on. That's crazy. Oh boy. Also, if you're looking to get an LAC Cade, now would be a good time because it's dropped significantly since I got in. It's like 15% down. So you'd get in at a better price. I don't know if you were looking at that at all.
Have it on my watch list. I'm just wondering. I need that. This is where I haven't done my due diligence. All I've heard is what you said about Trump saying that it, but then I'm scared because Trump said that, and then it strayed down from
I
there.
don't think Trump has a track record of talking about rare earths, though, because the government right now is doing a huge push to get rare earths back to America and support those companies so that we're less dependent on China for that material. That's their whole push right now, which I think at the end of the day will go through. So that's kind of the basis of my thesis is America and the administration right now is pushing for America to do those things, to get the rare earths, to get the AI supplies for itself, which is why I love the NVTS. That's honestly one of the greatest things I like NVTS, is that it's America based. Right? It's a company in America, and I think it's going to get a lot of backing. And if it explodes, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, maybe it's time to get in to just dip my toes
Can I
in.
just dip your toes in? I don't know. I think I might. I think I'm getting to the point where I might be doubling down on that.
But where? But what's your expiration? And what do you think will
I
happen
did May.
between then and
Go with
now?
May next year.
May.
So
Okay, I'll do some research on that
we'll
one.
see. We'll see. I totally forgot what I was gonna say until you got me on this Tesla debacle. That's the only thing that's important to me right now.
It's a big deal.
It is. So okay, Tesla. That'll be our next thing. Oh boy, this is gonna be crazy. We will keep you updated. Next episode, we'll probably give you the update of what we're planning to do, and we might have already done it. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about Tesla.
It's on Friday of next week. So yeah, we'll have to decide. Let me double check. Let me make sure we're not lying to people.
That's so crazy.
Tesla shareholder
So
meeting.
crazy. Okay,
Okay, it's November 6th, so it's Thursday. I
November
was off a
6th.
day.
Oh boy. Okay. Man, I can't stop thinking about this Tesla right now. All right, well, I think we're ready to wrap up, right, Cade? Do you have anything else you want to go cover?
No, I feel like we did a good job of explaining kind of how we find things. Serious, find them from anywhere. Whether it's
Find 'em from
YouTube,
anywhere,
us,
and then just
and then see if you believe in it or not, right? Like you may not believe in electric cars, you may not believe in robots, you may not believe in AI. I know you could be betting against AI. You just don't think it's going to have a big as impact as people think. I mean, and so just idea generation, and then figure it out on your own. Don't blind copy. But if you do blind copy, do it one day after we do it. At
Not
our favorite
financial advice.
subscriber.
Not financial advice. I'm throwing out the disclosure right there. We aren't advisors, not financial advice. That was more of a joke.
That was a joke. Yes. And my account's back at 20K.
How much do you have in
So I
cash
hit
right
20
now?
I hit 20K yesterday. I have 10. So I have half in cash right now.
Okay. I have just over half. I've got 17.5.
To make a move on Tesla.
You know what
baby.
I really want? This is what I'll end in, Cade. I want a trade where I just throw 15,000 at it because I just
I know.
I just want that trade.
I just don't know if we'll do it again now that we're so high. But I agree. I've thought about that.
I'm gonna throw 15K in a 2-month AMDL call.
That's what big money's supposed to be about. Oh, we never talked about AMD on the call. We talked previous. So just so everyone knows, AMD is still on our watch list. We still like AMD long term.
Mhm.
Like we talked about a couple episodes ago, we could see them having super huge year-over-year growth rates as these chips come out, and guidance could be good. So even though neither of us are in a position in our big money, we both own it outside and are ready to pounce with any information. So just wanted people to know.
Yeah. I want to say I'm just going to do quick math here. Just so people realize how big I am in AMD. I think AMD is like 15% of my entire portfolio.
Of all your money?
Of all my money. It is
Nice.
my second biggest position.
What's your first?
I think you already know.
Tesla?
No, actually, Tesla. So AMDL just passed Tesla because of the growth.
Okay.
Because it's at 20. Dude, AMDL got to 25 today.
Yeah, I
When I
know.
say
So
AMD, I'm in
what's your
AMDL.
biggest? You said I think I know, but I didn't know.
It's the other one that's not Tesla.
NVTS.
No, sorry, it's Soxel. I'm fishing now.
Soxel. Oh, yeah, I could have
My
guessed
top three
that, but I
positions are AMDL, TSLL, and Soxel. I like risk.
so all leverage.
Oh boy. All right. Well, this episode went a little long, but hopefully this helps you as you start your own journey. Kate and I are back. We won't have any more babies anytime soon, so we'll be consistent again. And yeah, with that, we're out.
Peace.